Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cole. Welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the manager career as we have upgraded our engine. And now we're going to figure out what else we're going to do on bike development. As you can see, engine's up to 4 out of 5 upgrades now. We just got one more upgrade to do for our engine, but I haven't done anything to the suspension or the frame. We have improved the brakes though, and look at that engine development cost 40,000 credits. Don't think I'm going to do it just yet. So I'm going to stick with... Could improve the brakes again. But I haven't done anything with the frame or suspension. Should I improve the frame? Improve that handling? Why not? So that'll give us 5 weeks to upgrade that. And while we're waiting for that, why don't we race? Let's go to the Twin Ring Motegi for the first of the triple header to end the season. As here we are in Japan with once again some beautiful sunny conditions. As we're about to qualify on the road course here at Twin Ring Motegi, called the Twin Ring because there's also an oval. We're going under part of it now, which IndyCar used to race around there and had some very good races around there. It's the only IndyCar race that Danica Patrick, the only woman to win IndyCar, won back there in 2008. God, almost a decade ago now. Time really does fly. But IndyCar haven't raced round the oval for a few years, since 2010. Had their last race round here on this road course in 2011. But in recent years there's been a motorcycle track. Moto3, Moto2 and MotoGP visiting here. Now some cracking races. We're looking to repeat what we've done in the last couple of races in qualifying. Qualify right up there. We're going to take that final step in the race. We could not quite do that in Aragon. It's like being so close. Just a misjudgment. Running slightly offline into that penultimate corner cost us. But it's just encouraging for MacDonald, for Elusive. Oh, they're so competitive now. And again with another upgrade now. The engine. We'll see how that helps around here, where there's a couple of straights. As you can see, it's a very technical circuit. Mostly some tight hairpins. Some very tight corners around here. No fast and flowing ones like that penultimate corner at Aragon. So went slightly wide into that corner, but then cut back so you get on the power early enough down his back straight. Haven't made any major mistakes on this qualifying lap so far. So get the feeling it'll be right up there once again as I run slightly wide there into the right hander, but so easy to do that after quite a long straight, that heaviest braking zone I believe on the circuit there. So difficult to hit the apex. Same in the final chicane. As they're aiming for the line, Ramirez with a 207.7. Oh, MacDonald smashing it. 202 for that. 5.6 seconds faster than the Spaniard. If that isn't right up there again, I'll be shocked. As I'm preparing my shocked face here. It's pole by 1.5 seconds. What the hell, MacDonald? I want to say that engine upgrade worked. But another pole for MacDonald. But we know it's not qualifying at Spob, it's the races. As he qualified on pole ahead of Fanati and Mir. Canet in 4th, Bulligan 5th, Martin 6th, McPhee 7th, Di Gianantonio 8th, Anthony 9th, Bastianini rounding out the top 10. Next Peugeot's Kornfeld in 18th. Almost 4.5 seconds back on MacDonald. Top Hinder, Delaporte in 20th. And right at the back, it's not a teammate by 0.003 of a second. So can MacDonald go one better than in Aragon and finally grab that first win in the race? And once again, a beautiful looking grid with light blue still at the top. Fanati Faye happy to be in the middle of the front row. As well, we're getting pushed out wide by Fanati. Is that? No, that's Martin. On a warm-up lap. Don't do that into the first corner. Again, it's a very short run and it's a couple of tight right-handers, so got to be very careful into that first corner. But nicking further down the grid, your usual 9th, 10th row and 11th row, with Magnum in the middle of that back row of the grid, as MacDonald doing his last preparations. Fenati really having to strap in, well, Mir making sure everything's ready for this Japanese Grand Prix. And what a race it should be from the front for MacDonald. Look how clear that run is to the first corner. As the lights are out for this 5 lap race, once again Fenati and Mir getting a good start as MacDonald defends. He's got Canet round his outside, the Spaniard once again challenging. He's always took a lot of curb there. Looking at the best run to the third corner with a double left-hander coming up. And looks like holding on to third, breaking a bit early. Oh, running slightly wide though. But that connected down or inside. We're getting flashbacks already to Aragon. But this time we hold on to third. Fenati and Mir getting away in this first section of the lap. It says Antonetti. Where did the Italian come from as he runs slightly wide? And that's how Bulliger down our inside as well. Got Martin there too. As Canet's dropped down to 7th, battling with McPhee behind us. Incredible change there for the Spaniard in a couple of corners. As MacDonald eases his way by Bulliger. Looking to the inside of Antonetti as Mir's getting away. Just opening up, and Fenati getting this left-hander slightly wrong. That's allowed MacDonald to get a twofer. And now he's going to be chasing down Mir as he's gone to the end of this opening lap of the race. Once again, just 5 laps. Bit of a long lap round here in Japan. Well, there's a pretty good hairpin onto this back straight. And now we come into the heavy braking zone at the end of it. Very difficult to get right. So 3/4 of a second behind. Mir, and Fenati's outbraked us, so is Bulliger. They're dropping down to 4th on this opening lap. There we go, into the chicane at the end of the lap. Normally strong into these couple of corners is MacDonald. Down the inside, Bulliger. Looking down the inside, Fenati. Not quite there though, but he's going to be in the slipstream of the Italian. Up into second as you cross the line. And on to the second lap of the race. Mir, look how far he's getting away as the Spaniards. Oh, Bulliger's, you can tell inside, pushing us wide, the Italian. MacDonald not having any of it though, trying to hold it round the outside. And now he's in the slipstream of the Italian, heading into the third corner. Definitely getting his money's worth with the slipstream here, MacDonald. Testing out this new engine as well. Oh, it's running slightly wide again into that left-hander. Not a good second left either. That's allowed Antonetti and Martin through. Got Canet on our backside. Was that Fenati in front? No, it is Fenati. We've got Martin and Canet behind, or in front. And here comes the German along for the wide. So, this is definitely different from qualifying. Here comes McPhee round there outside, like we're not even there. Beautiful from the Scotsman. But it's fellow Scotsman having it. Oh, he gets into Martin as well. That's where's our qualifying pace compared to the race? As you get a beautiful exit there from the hairpin. Trying to get into the slipstream of Canet. Move forward in this race. We've moved back on this second lap. We're battling for second. Now we're battling for 5th with Canet in the slipstream of the Spaniard. Got Martin behind as well. So we break a bit early into this right-hander. We hit the apex. Get a beautiful run on Canet out the corner, up into 5th. Looks like Bulliger's making a run for me at the front. Looking to the outside, oh, make that the inside, MacDonald. Nice switchback on Fenati and Antonetti. He's out the corner, he is in 3rd place. As he go into the 3rd lap of the race, Mir once again putting in the fastest out of the race. And oh, Fenati looking down over inside. MacDonald covering that right-hander. Getting a good exit as well. But we're careful into Big double left though. We haven't got this first left-hander right at all this race. As he switches to the inside for Nati, he won't get it right again. Here comes Antonelli, here comes Canet. But he gets a good run round the outside of Antonelli. Sticks in fourth. And oh, here comes Antonelli pushing us wide. And here comes Canet. And here comes MacDonald in the middle of them. Could barely fit a bike in the middle there. But MacDonald does. And he is fighting this race. Seeing the top two get away, he does not want that. He gets to know Antonelli and Fanati's exhausts. Well, he's definitely getting to know the Italian's exhaust. Look at that, you couldn't be closer out the corner. As he gets back up into third. Well, he's got Antonelli all over his backside. Having a very good race on that KTM. Oh, the Italian's pushing us wide. Not having none of it as Canet gets past Fanati. Now we're leading the train, which is over 2 seconds behind Berger and Mir. Going to try and stay at the front of it as Fanati and Martin outbrake themselves. And Canet's down to 7th. Goes slightly wide into the first left. Oh, slightly wide in the right as well. Awful run into the front stretches over halfway through this race. Onto the penultimate lap of the race. Goes MacDonald. 2.5 seconds back of Berger. So nicely into the first right. And out of the second right as well. That's how you take that first corner. As he's got Martin behind. He's got Canet in front. Trying to hold that first left. And taking the second left. Pushing our way past Antonelli. You want to be chasing down the front too. Come on guys, play nice. That's all, here comes Antonelli again. Dive bomb king this race. Well, he's sticking fourth. Got the German as well, part of this party. Let's see, we go into the left. Gained so much time. And oh, MacDonald forcing his way past Canet. We have gained slightly on the top two. Canet tries to nip down our inside into the hairpin. Not going to work there, son. So MacDonald managed to slide that bike nicely into the corner. And into the next hairpin. We're taking a bit too much speed. But just like on our qualifying effort, you know, going fast in. And then cutting off the corner on the exit and being fast out as well. As here comes Canet. Oh, MacDonald a bit too late to defend. How about he just forces his Spanish rival ride. Takes back third. Totally legally, of course, never offline. As oh, Martin's down from 7th. It's like a fantastic exit from the final corner. As we go on to the final lap of the race, it's Canet v MacDonald all over again. This time for the final step on the podium. Spalega's almost 3 seconds up the road. And Mir's just dominated this race since the first corner. Fantastic ride from the Spaniard, just when he needs it for the title battle as well. For the two in front. MacDonald's helping him out, battling with Canet, with Antonelli as well. And the Italian could also help out if he keeps ahead of Canet. Has always been passed by the German. Canet's losing out on this final lap. This could really make the title battle interesting. Spindle cuts off the Spaniard into the hairpin. There's all the Germans on the final step of the podium. Hotel. Coming from nowhere. And this KTM. KTM's been very good this race. So here comes a Honda on our outside. Trying to set up the move on Antonelli and the German here. There's all Suzuki down in his home race. Here comes MacDonald with the dive bomb. Anything Antonelli can do, MacDonald can do better. It's back into the final podium spot on this final lap. Disappointing for Suzuki in his home race as well. Crashing out. Hoping to score some points, but there's still Sasaki who could score points in his home round. As now, can MacDonald hold on into this right hand? A very critical corner. If he can, he's home and dry. Oh no, he's clipped the apex beautifully as Anthony gets up into fourth. I think MacDonald is home and dry. Goes into the left and then into the right. Don't run too wide. Nicely done, MacDonald. For the first time, I think MacDonald and Elusive are getting back-to-back podiums and mere wins ahead of Bulliger. Fantastic race from the top two. Just drove away from us contingent batting from that final podium spot as MacDonald did it easily there in the end. Almost a second from Antonelli. The German on fifth. What a fantastic ride. Head of Canet. Poor result for the championship. Makes it a bit more wide open heading into the final 3 rounds of the season. Di Gianantonio 7th. Magetto in 8th. I now call him Magetto. I've given up on pronouncing his name. Bernardi in 9th. Poor result after a fantastic start. Bastianini in 10th. Roy 11th. McPhee down in 12th after battling for a top 5 early in the race. Donetto 13th. Ramirez 14th. And Rodrigo just misses out on the point to Nuruddin by 0.2 of a second. As looking further down, top Mahindra goes to the Italian in 21st. Our teammate wasn't last as Suzuki unfortunately did crash. Bo with a poor race in 31st. So yeah, a couple of poor races there. And unfortunate for Suzuki in his home round to be last out of the runners. So for the championship, this means it's much tighter between Mir and Canet. That championship has been almost cut in half by the Spaniard to his fellow Spaniard. Is now down to 16 points with Bulliger just clinging on into that title battle, just 35 points back. Meanwhile, out of it is Martin in fourth. He's being caught by Fanati, just 11 points behind. Is the Italian of the Spaniard now has looking further down. Antonelli's up to 8th after a very good race. 3 points ahead of McPhee and 5 ahead of Bastianini. With Di Gianantonio in 11th and Luca MacDonald almost in triple figures now in 12th and just 7 points back of the top 10, just 12 points behind Antonelli, 18 points behind the German in 7th. So cracking battle for the bottom half of the top 10 going on there. Has looking further down, Danilo's up to 15 ahead of Rodrigo. He's now on 20 points playing 18. 21 riders have scored points so far this season. Unfortunately, Suzuki couldn't add to that total, while the teammate is still not lost in the Riders' Championship. And then the Constructors standings, Honda have won the title ahead of KTM. 89 points in the lead now with Sentio 5 points to play for. Peugeot in third, looking on triple figures as Mahindra. Will they score points? Probably not. As there is a very happy MacDonald in Park for May once again. Another podium in his first back-to-back so far in his career with Elusive, with that Peugeot. That engine upgrade really did work, didn't it? Round here he's got to get used to this now. As once again for MacDonald, fantastic qualifying and backed up in the race as he achieved that race objective. I said make it top 10, now make it a top 5 even, as he seems to be knocking it out of the park recently. After a bit of a blip around Silverstone, he definitely has recovered in the past couple of races. Well, for Andrea, he wasn't last. There's always something to be happy about. As MacDonald improves his throttle management up into the 60s now, well, for Andrea, his corner is up to 48. As you earn a lot of credits, of course, no costs, management costs for this race, and look at that, almost doubled our total. Over doubled our total. Well, reputation is skyrocketing. So a fantastic race. You couldn't have gone much better with Mir and Bulliger being so much better than the rest. So fantastic from MacDonald, ending the season strongly on top of this elusive race in Peugeot. And we're going to see if we can continue to run next time out around the very quick Phillip Island circuit. This will definitely be a test of our motor. as you just got 4 weeks of the season remaining after this one. So let's see what we can do in the Australian Motorcycle Grand Prix next time out. So out for watching, and I will see you then.